Did you know that eating certain foods can help to protect your skin from sun damage? It sounds crazy, but science shows us that it's true. In this video, we're talking about 3 foods that work to protect your skin from the sun from the inside out, and which ultimately keep your skin looking younger for longer. A quick hello if you're new here. My name is Fiona. I'm a registered nutritionist with a master's degree in nutritional medicine. On this channel, we talk about nutritional skincare, which is the concept that the food that you eat can be an easy and effective part of your skincare routine. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to make sure you're the first to get all the latest science fact tips. So without further ado, let's have a look at what these foods are. The first food on our list is sweet potato. Now these are a rich source of beta carotene, which is the pigment that actually gives sweet potatoes their orange color. Now beta carotene is one of several types of these pigments known collectively as carotenoids, which work to protect plants from sun damage, and when we eat them they do the same thing for us. Now interestingly, research actually shows that some of the highest levels of carotenoids are found in our forehead, and that's because our body knows that that is where the sun is going to be hitting. Now one meta-analysis, which is like a large study of studies, shows that supplementing with beta carotene helps to provide protection against sunburn, and the longer people supplement, the greater the effect. But there are 3 things you should know about this. Number 1, you don't need to supplement to see this effect. It's actually easier and safer to do it via food. Number 2, research suggests that you need about 20 milligrams of carotenoids, including beta carotene daily, to achieve a sun protection effect. And that is the amount of carotenoids you'll find in a medium to large sweet potato. And the deeper orange the flesh, the better. But to be honest, I chose sweet potato as an example. There are lots of other foods that contain beta carotene and other carotenoids too. Things like carrots and peppers and broccoli and yams and dark leafy greens. Basically any vegetable or fruit that's either red, orange, yellow or green. I've done a whole video on carotenoids which go into how they can also enhance your appearance, and I will link that up there for you if you're interested. The third thing you need to know is that you need to be consistent. So most studies show that you have to supplement with beta carotene for at least 10 weeks to achieve a sun protection effect. So that means that you need to consistently eat a good amount of red, orange, yellow or green fruits and vegetables for at least 10 weeks to achieve your sun protection effect. But the good news is once they build up, not only do they help to protect you from UV damage, but if you do stay out in the sun for too long, they also have a role to play in helping your body to repair the damage. So have a sweet potato and also get in the habit of having other red, orange, yellow and green fruits and vegetables every day. That leads me to my next food, which is tomatoes. These are rich in a compound called lycopene. Lycopene is a slightly different type of carotenoid, and research suggests that it's even more powerful than beta carotene at helping to protect you from the sun. In one interventional trial, women aged 21 to 47 either ate tomato paste in olive oil every day, or they just ate olive oil. Now after 12 weeks, the women who'd been consuming the tomato paste with the olive oil had less sunburn after UV exposure. Not only that, the tomato paste had also helped to reduce the breakdown of collagen, which ultimately means fewer wrinkles. These findings have been replicated in other studies too, and another meta-analysis, which is a large study of studies, shows that eating tomato products or eating lycopene can improve skin appearance, including reducing hyperpigmentation, prevent UV damage, and ultimately slow skin aging. But here are 2 things you need to know about tomatoes. Number 1, like sweet potatoes, the deeper the color the better, so go for the richest red tomatoes you can find. Number 2, they work best for sun protection when they're cooked and they're eaten with a source of healthy fat. That's because the cooking and the healthy fat helps your body to use the lycopene more effectively. So I always think that the best thing you can do for lycopene is to eat some delicious home-cooked Italian style food. So pasta sauces served with delicious olive oil, or salads with sun-dried tomatoes and fresh avocado. And actually a large handful of sun-dried tomatoes contains about 16 milligrams of lycopene, which is the amount typically used in clinical trials. So enjoy Italian food a few times a week. Have the pasta sauce, have the salad with sun-dried tomatoes. And if you're not into tomatoes, some fruits do contain lycopene too, things like pink grapefruit and watermelon and guava. Moving on to the third food on our list, which isn't actually a food at all, it's a drink, and that's green tea. So after water, tea is the most popular drink in the world, and that is actually quite good news for our skin. So green tea in particular contains special compounds called catechins. These dial down the inflammatory response in the skin, which helps to reduce sunburn. In one interventional trial, women drank a beverage enriched with green tea catechins. After 12 weeks, they had less redness after sun exposure exposure. But not only that, their skin also had improved hydration, greater density, greater elasticity, and improved skin barrier function. All those benefits are likely down to the fact that catechins help to increase blood flow to the skin. And when you increase blood flow to the skin, you help all the other skin nourishing nutrients get there more effectively. It's kind of like opening another lane on a busy highway. So a meta-analysis, which you know is a large study of studies, shows that drinking about 540 milligrams of green tea catechins can help to achieve a sun protection effect. That's the amount you'll find in about 5 cups of high quality green tea. But I also have a couple of things to say about that. Number one is 5 cups is quite a lot, and that's because green tea does also contain caffeine. So if you are sensitive to caffeine, you might find that that's too many, but you don't feel you have to hit 5 cups every day. Researchers often use a higher dose in clinical trials because they need to see a clinical effect in a certain amount of time, which is typically 12 weeks. And it's reasonable to expect that drinking a lower amount of green tea, say 2 cups a day, could achieve the same effect over the longer term. Secondly, if you are going to have a couple of cups of green tea a day, you can make them more effective by adding a splash of lemon juice to them. That's because the vitamin C in the lemon juice helps your body to use the green tea catechins more effectively. All these nutrients just help each other out. So let's say you've been eating sweet potatoes and tomatoes and you've been drinking green tea. Can you skip the sunscreen? The short answer is no, you can't. You still need to practice sensible sun exposure, and that includes wearing sunscreen where appropriate. But just to get this in perspective, sunscreen in its current form has been around for less than 100 years. Humans have been on the planet in our current form for about 200,000 years. And scientists think that in all those hundreds of thousands of years pre-sunscreen, our bodies have learnt to use beta-carotene and lycopene and catechins and other nutrients to our advantage. They help to provide that extra degree of whole body protection that doesn't wash off and that ultimately slows your skin aging. And who doesn't want that? So to sum up, certain foods can really boost your skin's own defenses against the sun. Start with a medium sweet potato or a handful of sun-dried tomatoes or a couple of cups of green tea daily. It's not enough to skip the sunscreen altogether, but it is enough to enhance your skin's appearance and keep it looking younger for longer. So apply that sunscreen, wear that hat, and eat some sun protection foods, because your skin will thank you now and it will thank you in years to come. Thank you for watching. I hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like, please subscribe, and I will see you next time for another video on nutritional skincare.